What's up, guys, and welcome back. Today I thought I would talk about something that I hadn't really discussed in maybe like 6 months, and that's the paranormal. I've grown up living with ghosts. Ever since I was little, I've always lived with my grandparents. And this is the 80s. I'm 8 years old. I want to say I was 8 years old. We used to live in this little trailer. There was my grandparents' bedroom, a guest room, the kitchen, the living room, and then my bedroom was in the very back. Now, a lot of the times, I would sleep with my grandparents, because like thunderstorms would freak me out. I'm little, and I go sleep with them or whatever. But every once in a while, I would sleep in that middle room by myself. Now, when my grandparents went to bed, they would turn all the lights off in the house. All the lights. And it would be pitch black. You couldn't even see your hand right in front of your face. So I remember being woken up one night by hearing the pots and pans in the kitchen moving, the drawers that held like our utensils opening and closing, footsteps. And I would just lay there in bed in the middle of the night and listen to all this noise going on. Now, I know it wasn't either one of my grandparents, because like I said, it was pitch black. I wasn't scared though. I was not scared, only for the fact that I didn't know at that age that there were such things as ghosts. No one had ever told me a ghost story. I had never seen like a horror movie or a scary movie. I mean, as far as I knew at that age, all I really knew about was actually like Dracula and the Wolfman and the Mummy and Frankenstein or Frankenstein's monster and the creature from the Black Lagoon. But I had no thought in my head about the paranormal or about ghosts and that sort of thing. So I would hear those sounds, not every night, but maybe every once in a while. It would wake me up hearing like doors opening and closing in the kitchen, footsteps. Why it woke me up and not my grandparents, I don't know, but I do remember that there was one night that one of my cousins came to stay the night with me, like a sleepover, and we're asleep, and I woke up in the middle of the night to these sounds. I tried to wake him up so he could hear them also, or to see if he could hear them, but he stayed sleeping. I couldn't get him up. Now, let's fast forward some years. We moved from that trailer actually right next door to another trailer where my uncle was living. Him and my uncle and his wife, they moved out. We moved in. I want to say I was maybe 12 or 13, somewhere around there. And everything was good, Still, at that age, I was kind of had an idea about ghosts, but not really. And my cousins came to stay the night with me, and we pulled out a Ouija board. Now, the Ouija board wasn't mine. It belonged to my mom, and we found it, and they were playing with it. I didn't play with it. They did. And one of my cousins said that he had contacted the spirit of a little girl. I was like, whatever, Still, at that age, I didn't believe in ghosts. I did not. All I cared about was like Mario Brothers and The Legend of Zelda and playing video games. So I was like, whatever, big deal. They're just messing with me or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that house. There's never nothing wrong with that house, because my grandparents would take trips to New Mexico and they would leave me there by myself, sometimes 4 days out of the week. Well, they go like every July, and I'd stay there by myself, for like 4 days. And I never heard anything while I was there. I never saw anything. I would sit there, I would play Super Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario Brothers 2 because that was like the big thing back then. And they leave me some money, and there was a convenience store not that far away from the house, and I'd go and I'd walk to the convenience store and get Cokes and, you know, chips and candy or whatever. And I'd come back home and sit there and play video games. Now, let's fast forward years later. I'm 21 years old. My grandparents were gone for the weekend. They went to take their trip to New Mexico. I was dating a girl at the time. All the lights were off in the house except for the kitchen light and the TV in my room. I had just gotten a new PlayStation game. I know what it was called, but Bushido Blade. That's what it was, Bushido Blade. So she said she was gonna make dinner that night, and I sat in my bedroom in the dark, which is the TV on, and I was playing a game. I was playing the game. Before you knew it, she came running down the hall and into my bedroom and asked me who was in there with me. I told her, nobody. There's nobody in there. Or there's nobody in here, you know. I'm by myself. I'm playing the game. She said that she saw a little girl walking from my grandparents' bedroom down the hallway and into my bedroom. Of course, I didn't believe her, but she was like genuinely like freaked out. She wanted me to turn the game off and go sit with her in the kitchen while she finished making dinner. So I did. Now, some time passes. I'm not dating this girl no more. The way our house was set up, there was the kitchen, the living room, a hallway. My bedroom, across the hall from my bedroom, was a guest room. And then down the hallway was a bathroom and my grandparents' bedroom. And it was like around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I had the day off from work. And I'm cleaning my bedroom out. My grandmother was laying down on the couch. Where the couch was positioned, you can see down the hallway. So I'm taking stuff out of my bedroom and taking it across the hall into the guest room, back and forth. Well, I got my bedroom cleaned up, and all that was left in there was this big piece of rug. And I wanted to get it out of my bedroom and take it outside to the garage. So I asked my grandmother if I could get that rug and take it outside. She's like, yeah, go ahead. She goes, ask one of your buddies, or, well, I'm not going to say his name, but at the time, I had a friend. I still have a friend. He had a little girl. She told me to ask him to help me move that rug because it was pretty big and it was pretty heavy. And I told her that he wasn't there, that I was by myself. And she said, are you sure? Because every time you would walk from your bedroom to the guest room, a little girl would walk in front of you into the guest room, and then when you walk back, she was following you back and forth. That freaked me out. That really freaked me out. Because I knew I was by myself, and my grandmother didn't lie. Especially about stuff like that. She thought that was my buddy's little girl. Well, that's when I started experiencing things in that house. At night, you know, I would close my bedroom door to go to sleep. I'd turn all the lights off, and I would hear tapping on the bedroom door. Like if somebody was like trying to get my attention. Not only that, I'd wake up in the mornings. I had posters on my wall. They'd be taken off the wall, folded, put on the floor. My TV would be disconnected. Cords would be disconnected, neatly wrapped up and placed against the wall. Not only that, I do remember one night I was going to bed, and by that time, now I'm freaked out. I laid down to go to sleep, and I couldn't sleep with the lights off anymore. I had to have some light on from somewhere. I had the TV turned on, my TV turned on. I was laying down in bed, and it felt like somebody had sat down on the bed with me. I tried not to think about it. So I closed my eyes, and as soon as I closed my eyes, my TV turns off. And I open my eyes again. The TV was like at arm's reach, so I turned it back on, and I could still feel like the pressure on the bed. I closed my eyes again, and the TV would turn off again. God, man, that was pretty scary. I turned the TV on one more time. I closed my eyes and I fell asleep. Now, I remember one night. Now, again, I was always just like little noises I would hear. Luckily, I really didn't see anything except for this one night. I did fall asleep in the living room on the couch, and when I woke up, the house was pitch black. But we had these big bay windows in the kitchen, and I remember waking up and I'm laying there, and I could hear footsteps in the kitchen. And these windows were so big you could see like the moonlight coming in. So I'm laying there, and I kind of like look behind me, and I'm looking in the kitchen. Complete darkness except for the moonlight. Or it could have been street lights. I can't remember. And I saw a shadow pitter-pattering in the kitchen. I completely froze. I could not move. This was like all my nightmares just came to life at that very moment. I didn't know what to do. This thing was walking back and forth. I could hear it. I saw the shadow. I got up. I had a blanket on me. I didn't fall asleep with the blanket on me, you know. My grandmother, I guess she put the blanket on me while I was sleeping. I got up, took the blanket off, and I fast walked into my room. I turned the light on, wrapped myself in a blanket, and I fell asleep on the floor. That house, man, that house was kind of hell for me to live in. That house had me paranoid. I remember one night I did actually hear all the dishes from the cabinet fall and break and shatter, and it freaked me out. I ran into my grandparents' room. I woke up my grandpa to go check it out to see what it was, and he walked in there and there was nothing. Not one dish had been moved. No drawers were open, nothing. So yeah, my mom lives there now. I think she has told me that she's heard stuff in there. Not often, but I think she has heard stuff in there. But I'm glad I'm out of that house. Now, I live here. And I had lived here for like, I don't know, 2.5 years, maybe 3 years. And activity started picking up here in the house. If you want, my very first YouTube video that I ever made was about my house being haunted. I won't go back and watch it because that's my first video. I sucked at that. I probably still suck now. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I would hear, footsteps and knocking on the wall. I saw a shadow in my kitchen, thinking it was my son, but it wasn't, because he was asleep in my bedroom taking a nap. And then one morning, what really freaked me out was I heard my son jump off the bed, run down the hallway right when I was getting out of the shower, and I looked and he was still asleep and nobody was in there. I thought he was in the living room, but he was still asleep. But I heard him jump off the bed and running down the hallway, and when I found out he was still asleep, that freaked me out. That really freaked me out. But the cause of the haunting here in the house was due to a Ouija board that I had found at work, still in the box with everything. But I got rid of it. And once I got rid of that Ouija board, I gave it to a friend because a friend of mine wanted it. But once I got rid of that Ouija board, or once he took it, everything completely stopped. Everything. No more knocking on the walls. No more footsteps in the hallway. You know, no more the sounds of somebody walking on the ceiling. That was scary. But yeah, if you want to check out that video, that was my very first YouTube video I ever made. I need to watch it again. But what made me think about all this stuff, I recently discovered a YouTube channel called Urban Ghost Urban Exploration. It's an awesome channel. I'm going to leave a link down in the description below so you can go check it out for yourself. What it is two brothers. They'll go and explore like haunted, abandoned locations, and they'll pick up some pretty scary stuff. And then after that, they'll go and spend 30 minutes alone. One night, one brother will go and spend 30 minutes alone, Rob. And then the next night, Joe, or vice versa. And they pick up some voices, objects moving, things getting thrown at them. It's awesome. It's an awesome YouTube channel. I love it. I watch that channel religiously every Sunday when I'm doing laundry and I'm waiting for my clothes to dry. I'll sit in this very room and I'll watch that channel. And I want you guys to check it out because it's cool, man. It's awesome. It's an awesome YouTube channel. And I love it because back then I didn't believe in ghosts until what my grandmother told me, and then what was happening here. And it's scary. It is scary. But I'm fascinated by the paranormal. I love it. But I'm going to show you guys some clips off of that channel. Oh, before I do, I did get in touch with the guys from Urban Ghost Urban Exploration and asked them if I could actually show clips off of their channel to show you guys, and they said they gave me the A-OK so I wouldn't get in trouble. I don't want a copyright strike on this video. So thanks, guys. I don't know if you're gonna watch this or not, but thank you for letting me use some of your clips that I gathered from your videos. It's not a very long thing that I made because I want you guys to go and check out that channel. I don't want to spoil too much, so I'm gonna leave clips to those videos, to some of their videos. They got a ton of them, a ton of awesome content, but I'm gonna show you some of those clips right now. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Urban Ghost Urban Exploration. I'll be like 5 miles away. If something were to happen, I'm screwed. Anyway. Hello? Oh, hell no. This is comfort to me. This. Oh my God, that was so freaky. Something just said something to me like an evil voice right now. Like I'm here or something. Holy God, this place is haunted. What you hear clicking is my cube light. Oh, the fan's moving. Really? I just walked in. I feel sick to my stomach now. This chair, that's the one that moved. Oh man. So you're welcoming me here? Is that what you're doing? You're welcoming me to this place? If anybody's here, I'm taking pictures. That's all I'm doing is taking pictures. Oh, this is freaky as hell. Oh, God. It's so weird. I just heard a door. The frig was that? Oh, for the love of God. Oh, frig, that hurt. Now you pissed me off. You hit me with a chair? If I could whip your ass, I'd whip your ass really good. That just hit me in the back of my leg. Somebody back there? I heard something. God, what the hell? Hey, if somebody's back there and just taking pictures, if you're a spirit, I'd love to hear from you. Hello? Guys, I'm pretty sure I heard a voice coming out of this room. Go ahead, say my name. I was just turning the camera on myself so you guys could see. Oh my God. Yes! Is anybody back here? Any spirits? I'm gonna try to re-angle this camera. I want you to see this. Oh my gosh, you can hear this. There's a woman singing. This woman singing. Guys, this is super exciting. Alright, I'm gonna. Hope you can still see me.